Hätten wir den Charakter CSI Kiki anstatt Detective Kiki nennen sollen?
Und was ist unser nächster Fall?
Sehen wir jetzt.
Herzlich willkommen in der Welt der interaktiven Geschichten. Ich bin Kiki und das ist mein heutiger Gast.
Christopher. Wir haben hier die Leiche im Fass.
Und los geht's. Oh, Feuerwerk. Und eine Achterbahn.
Something's just come up. We've received a strange call and I want you to check it out. Warrick Brown's the best we have in
Warrick
audio-visual analysis, and this gives you an opportunity to work at his side and benefit from his experience. He's in the lab right now.
Hey, I hear you're the bomb, rookie. I'm Warrick Brown. I could use another pair of ears on this. Some crackpot called our dispatcher and left a vaguely threatening message. Normally we could trace the call, but it's some kind of blocked number, prepaid cell phone card maybe. We do know it was placed within the Vegas phone grid. I got this baby queued up on the computer.
Okay. Aber wir haben hier vorher so, ich weiß nicht, Whatsies? Whatsies. Flaming Hot steht drauf. Ich bin gespannt. Riechen tatsächlich ein bisschen nach Chili.
Dann probiere ein.
So Maisflips. Ja. Sie brennen erst später.
Oh.
Oh. Sehr schön. Okay. Hallo. Warrick. Und nun? Audioanalyse.
Las Vegas Criminalistics Bureau.
I've got more work for you to do.
I'm sorry. Who is this?
You never could keep good people. Who's going to help you now?
Can I direct you to the...
They can come find me themselves. Tell them I'm not done yet.
Das sind so Spielautomaten auch im Hintergrund, ne?
It doesn't sound all that friendly, does it?
Was wie ein...
Click to highlight the parts of the waveform. Let's see if we can isolate any useful sounds.
Auswahl abspielen.
You never could keep good people. Who's going to help you now?
Hey, what's up with that? What was that, an elephant?
Okay.
They can come find me themselves. Tell them I'm not done yet.
Gut.
Okay, you got your crowd of people, bells and electronic whistles. That'd be a casino. Recognize the melody right away. Okay, here's where you don't have to be as smart as Grissom. We search for the casinos in town with elephant acts.
Ja, also dazu muss man wissen, Warrick hatte ein Spielproblem, ist natürlich sehr praktisch in Las Vegas, ne? So viel zur Hintergrundgeschichte von ihm. Genau.
Seems we got elephants at the Monaco Casino. Only in Vegas.
Natürlich. Elefanten und Spielautomaten, was auch sonst.
Wie immer halt, ne? So.
Man kennt es ja. Greg ist wieder da, wunderschön. Aber wir haben halt ja noch nichts...
Wir haben den Ort nicht mal besucht.
Wir gehen da mal hin.
You're the trainer here?
Dirty job, but somebody's got to do it. You guys look official.
We're criminalists from the Las Vegas crime lab. Our dispatcher caught a threatening call we think may have been made at the casino, here and back.
Okay, also hier war direkt was. Oh, Reifenspuren. Wie nennt man die denn nochmal?
Entweder Abdruck oder...
Ja, tatsächlich.
Well, somebody was in a hurry. This may be a long shot, but my gut says we ought to cast this. It's not complete. Might have been smudged by foot traffic.
Na gut, aber immerhin. Gut, okay. Dann... Hallo Warrick. Geht's dir denn so?
The dirt around this barrel seems disturbed. Must have been moved. But without a warrant, we need an awful good reason to open it.
Ach, wie schade. Gut. Gibt's hier Fußspuren? Den können wir mal befragen. So, haben Sie hier vor kurzer Zeit ein Fahrzeug bemerkt?
Nope, but I did step inside for some dinner about an hour ago.
Können Sie uns das Fass öffnen?
I'm just in charge of the animals. Only the transport day manager can give you the permission to open that. Sorry.
I don't think we've got time for that.
Können Sie uns etwas über das Fass erzählen?
Well, those barrels are owned by the casino. But that one, I'm pretty sure that one was up against the wall a little while ago.
Haben Sie jemanden Verdächtigen gesehen?
You knew in Vegas? Everybody's suspicious in this circus. But I wouldn't say I've seen anything out of the ordinary.
Okay.
So ein billigerer Sprecher.
Hast du was gesehen? Ja, irgendwie schon.
Dumbo is not saying much. He's about as helpful as his trainer was.
Vielleicht können wir ihm was aufzeichnen lassen.
Dumbo, genau.
Ja, Elefanten haben ein gutes Gedächtnis.
Ja, die können auch zeichnen.
Ja.
Ja, habt ihr nicht die Aufstellung Elefantenkunst des 16. Jahrhunderts in der Hermitage in St. Petersburg? Richtig
Nein,
gut.
aber was... Verarsch mich doch. Oh, ein Telefon.
Ah, da hat er die Abdrucke.
Ja,
Von da hat er angerufen.
genau. Ein Ohrabdruck wäre auch was, weil
Ohren sind auch einzigartig,
Ohren
ne?
sind auch einzigartig, genau. So, Anfänger. Gott.
This is doubtful. If our caller used this, we could have traced it. But if Gris was here, he'd say, be thorough. So, we'll be
So
thorough.
ist das. Genau so. Vielleicht auch Blutspuren.
Try using a similar tool.
Das haben wir ja eigentlich.
We can't use that here.
Ja, wir haben ja schon eigentlich alles hier.
Ich würde nochmal den Boden checken,
Ja,
ob wir da was verpasst haben und dann die...
könnte sein.
Try using a similar tool.
Okay.
Ah, schau mal, ob einer davon noch ein bisschen heiß ist.
Stimmt.
Heat signature. Looks like somebody's in
Yeah.
there. Let's open it. Now.
Gute Idee.
Oh,
Ui.
damn. This is not good. Looks like our caller just graduated from prankster to murderer.
Nicht schön, aber jetzt haben wir eine Leiche oben.
Looks like she's broken out in a rash of some kind. It's concentrated around her nose. Was she sick?
Irgendwas.
We can't use that here.
Aber vielleicht kannst du auf der Nase was poppen.
Try using a similar tool.
Okay.
We can't use that here. We can't use that here. We can't use that here. We can't use that here.
Okay. Ja, aber die hat ja irgendwie was um die Nase. Ja,
Ja, aber vielleicht
ja vielleicht muss
den Leichen ausgeguckt werden.
Herr Mr. Robbins das gucken.
Aha.
Ah,
These stains. Could be she picked them up from something inside the barrel. But they also could have gotten there when she first hit the ground. Or maybe she was dragged, pulled along through the dirt, or whatever else she was lying in.
tja.
Ja, das kannst du...
Ja.
The stain looks like soil.
Na dann,
Ja, und das Grüne ist Gras.
könnte sein.
Sticky. Brownish looking.
Ah. Okay. Ja, das war's. Gut. Alles. Die Hose hatten wir. Ja. Dann gehen wir vielleicht erstmal ins Labor und gucken mal, was das so ergibt.
Hey, Greg. We need your help. Pronto.
I'm your man. My man.
Was ist das hier?
Was ist das genau?
Sap. Oh, no offense, guys. Hard to narrow down just what type of tree. Best match I can make is a variety of red oak. Dirt's some kind of plant soil. Different from the kind you'd find in an elephant pen.
Interessant. So, wann haben wir noch? Nein! So, jetzt. Genau.
Sorry, can't do anything
Also,
with
ja, dann
that.
müssen wir das hier machen. Suche. Kein Ergebnis.
Nothing. Either our perp isn't in APHIS, or these prints are somebody else's. Okay. Not an exact match, but at least we're narrowing this baby down. Somebody driving a small pickup or SUV. That's who we're looking for.
Okay. Aber das ist immer noch sehr vage.
Ja.
Ja.
Aber jetzt können wir uns die Leiche mal angucken.
Ja, stimmt.
Ah, good.
Yeah.
Hoping to talk to the two of you. Just finished my examination of your victim.
Können Sie die Todesursache feststellen?
Cardiac arrest due to severe anaphylactic shock. Bee sting allergy or similar anyway. No signs of an insect sting, but it hit her respiratory system hard. I'll know for sure after the autopsy, but my educated guess, death due to a violent allergic reaction to something environmental.
So,
Hatte sie Allergien?
Allergien, ja.
Hay fever. Pulled her records after I saw the swelling, the redness around her sinus region. Did a nasal swab. Pollen present.
Das wollten wir ja auch vor Ort machen.
Ja, eigentlich
Die
schon.
Geschichten,
Ja, eigentlich wollten wir das. So, Todeszeit.
Recent, but hard to figure out from body temp since the barrel could have trapped heat. No rigor mortis yet, so it must have been within the last 6 hours.
Okay, danke. Danke, Mr. Roberts. So, ja, genau. Dann gehen wir nochmal zu Greg.
Kann er uns sagen, was in die Nase war.
Genau.
What do you need?
Das hier.
What we have here is pollen. But, and here it gets interesting, not from a single species. Quite an exotic mix, really. Pinch of Spanish bayonet, dash of tiger aloe, sprinkled gently with cholla cactus, and voila, a sneezer salad. Printed all the ingredients out for you. Check with Brass, though. He can help track all these down.
Work this case hard and smart and make it go away. Fast.
Wer war das Opfer?
It's not so much who she was as who her father is. Carlo Benedetti. She was Sophia Benedetti. Daddy's a major Vegas player, and I'm not talking slot machines. 3 casinos on the Strip, including the Monaco, 2 more downtown, a regional airline, and that's just Nevada. Right now he's in Singapore closing a deal. Numbers the mayor and our governor among his closest friends. So, you know, no pressure.
Ja, politisch wird's jetzt. Okay. Wann wurde das Opfer als vermisst gemeldet?
Last night, Sophia never showed up for a fundraising dinner. I got people out interviewing her friends, see what we can turn. Let you know if we get anything but a handful of air.
Können wir einen Durchsuchungsbefehl für Sophias Wohnung bekommen?
Don't hold your breath. She lived with her parents, and we're already getting pressed by the family and his honor's office to keep this one under the radar and out of the papers. You give me a good reason, I'll get you in there. Otherwise, sorry.
Was können Sie über diese Liste und Pflanzenpollen erzählen?
Blackfoot daisy, Madagascar, periwinkle. Not many indigenous to Nevada on this list. Sophia was reported missing yesterday, so it's not possible she could have traveled recently to all of the location sources of these species. You're looking for a garden? Try the desert demonstration gardens.
Okay, neuer Ort. Hin!
Okay.
Die
The
Tauben
pollen
war
in the
das.
victim's
Yeah.
system tells us she may have been here shortly before she died. The greenskeeper reported seeing a woman matching Sophia's description around this area. Let's treat it like a crime scene and process it.
Sollen wir mal die Tauben befragen, ob die irgendwas gesehen haben? Kuckuck. Okay, hier ist ein Tor. Noch mehr Tauben.
Da die Spuren, die Reifenspuren.
Ja.
Ah, nee.
Ah, nee.
Ah, da.
Ah, hier. So. Was ist denn das?
Komische Erde.
Komische Erde.
Let's take a sample of that dirt back to the lab. Have Greg try and match it to the stains we found on Sophia's pants. We can't use that here.
Ach so, vielleicht das hier?
We can't use that here.
Auch nicht.
We can't use that here. We can't use that here.
Haben wir das schon? Nee. Nein.
We can't use that here.
Nee, aber ich wollte das doch.
Try using a similar tool.
Hä?
Das
Das ergibt überhaupt keinen Sinn. Aber gut. Naja. So, jetzt haben wir hier Reifenabdrücke. Hallo.
Tire treads in the dust. Try using
weil
a
das
similar
ist
tool.
ein Staub, da musst du mit magnetisch. Also nicht so gedrückt an der Erde, sondern so der Staub drauf.
Okay. Haben wir auch genommen.
Ah, der Gras. Die war auf jeden
Grass is
Fall.
flattened here. Consistent with someone lying on it recently.
Haben wir da jetzt eine.
We can't use that here. 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 We can't use that here.
Das ist nicht.
We can't use that here. We can't use that here.
Keine
Ja,
Ahnung.
wo genau ist der Action Point von den Gras? Gibt ja keinen.
Gibt keinen Action Point. Das ist nur platt
Vielleicht
gedrückt
spielst du
hier.
so nah? Nee, okay.
Und dann gehen wir erstmal. Gut, das hatten wir. Warrick wollen wir nicht befragen. Ah, eine Mülltonne. Müll ist immer verdächtig. Okay, okay.
When you go through garbage at a potential crime scene, you sometimes find treasure, sometimes trash. There's no way to tell at this point which one it is, but let's look for trace evidence before we collect it anyway.
Okay.
We can't use that here. We can't use that here.
Dann die Lupe.
Ja.
Ist das ein Haar hier?
Small
Wow,
hair,
das ist.
but we could just be
Pixel
looking at
here.
some
Yeah.
garbage.
Gut, dann nehmen wir das mal mit. Das ganze Ding am besten.
Würde ich auch sagen.
So. Und,
Und die Cola von den anderen Fall.
ja.
We can't use that here. We can't use that here. We can't use that here.
Alles nicht mehr. Gut. Dann haben wir hier die Hütte. Das ist auch sehr verdächtig.
Damn, it's locked. Damn, it's locked.
Da haben wir auch keinen Durchsuchungsbefehl irgendwie.
Kein Besuchbefehl.
Kein Besuchbefehl.
Ah, unter der Tür? Achso, ne. Ich dachte, da der Boden könnte man was. Okay.
Die Tür. Okay, aber dann haben wir zumindest schon mal wieder ein paar Sachen, die wir untersuchen lassen können. Ich gucke nochmal hier ganz schnell um die Ecke, da irgendwas Spannendes ist. Nein, sieht
Guck
nicht.
noch mal alles, noch ein bisschen langsamer.
Ja, das hatten wir schon.
Okay.
Und dann gehe ich jetzt erstmal hier wieder ins Labor. Wir können ja später nochmal wiederkommen, falls wir irgendwas übersehen.
What do you need?
Wir brauchen das hier.
Luckily, the follicle was fairly complete, though I needed the thermocycler to amp the DNA. But I got a stronger sample now. On the other hand, a coded search came up bupkis, and I'm waiting for Doc Robbins to send over the VIX DNA to do a comparison. Want to help speed things up? Go over and get that sample from the morgue.
So, und dann haben wir hier die Reifenspuren.
Sometimes the magic works. We got an all-season, standard or the current L160 pickups, which means we've narrowed things down to the few hundred around the state.
Ja gut, dann vergleichen wir die mal
Ja, dann
mit
kannst du
den bestehenden.
ja eingrenzen, ne?
Ja. Das könnte sein. Yep.
Well, not definite, but not bad. 70% match through the all-season. Might help us build our case.
Gut, dann gehen wir nochmal zu Dr. Robinson.
Was hast du noch in Dokumente, Gegenstände?
Ja. Pflanzenliste. Ja, das hat er ja ausgegeben. Achso, ja. Erde aus dem Park.
What we have here, children, is soil. Perfect for our prickly pal, the cactus plant.
Ah ja.
Now prepare to adore me even more than you already do, for I have matched the sample from the garden to the dirt on the Vic's pants.
Okay, passt also. Das hier?
As used tissue goes, this one's fresh. Nasal discharge clear and yellow. Means not a cold. Allergy sufferer, most likely. But I found something else. White powder traces.
Drugs? We're not talking coke.
Not recreational, medicational. C5H9N3, Maxamine. Experimental drug treatment used in clinical trials. Serious health issues. Malignant melanoma, certain forms of leukemia.
Tja.
Okay.
Yes.
Hat das Opfer vielleicht Krebs?
Cancer? Certainly not. This was a very healthy young woman, apart from her allergies.
Wie immer, ne?
Ja,
Mega gesund.
eigentlich voll gesund.
Nur
Bis auf
Hepatitis
C und Allergien.
Schon
Gibt es
perfekt.
Spuren von Mixamin in ihrem Blut. Ups. So.
First, Maxamine's a trade name. What you mean is histamine
Ja,
dichloride.
Entschuldigung.
It can be hard to detect that drug. We all naturally have histamines in our systems. In this case, however, our victim's levels were off the charts, which would have made her hypersensitive to certain allergic environments. A stroll through a garden could have killed her.
Wie verbreitet sich Mixamin?
Histamine dichloride is still an experimental treatment for cancer. Only pharmacists and patients in clinical trials would even have access to it.
Interessant. Können Sie uns eine DNA-Probe geben?
Timing is everything. I was just preparing one. Here you go.
Guck mal, hier arbeiten alle Hand in Hand. So,
Hey guys, what's up?
ich habe hier was für dich. Das hier.
So here's the upshot. The victim's DNA matches the mucus in the tissue, thus the tissue is used by the victim. The hair is not a match, but its former owner might have well had contact with the victim, and not long before her death.
Ja, mächtig verdächtig.
We know the tissue our victim used had Maxamine on it. So whoever wanted Sophia dead sprinkles the tissue with the drug and makes sure she uses it. Walking through the garden, Sophia's allergies kick in big time. She's thrown into acute anaphylactic shock as the histamines flood through her bloodstream. In seconds, she's dead.
Das ist krass.
Yes?
Nix. Gut. Was
What can I do for you?
haben wir? Was gibt es lokale Krankenhaustests für Maxamin?
Not that pops up. That drug is in phase 2. Only a few small test groups around the
Noch
country.
Noch besser. Gibt es Apotheker in der Stadt, die das vertreiben?
Just one, on Town Center Drive in Summerlin.
Da
Interessant.
wollen wir mal vielleicht.
Da besuchen wir die mal.
Las Vegas Crime Lab. You're the pharmacist here?
Yes, Lita Callisto. Is this an investigation of some kind?
Yes, it is, Miss Callisto. It's a murder investigation. We'd like your help. Few questions.
Hat Sophia Benedetti hier ihre Medikamente bekommen?
Benedetti. I'll check. Nope. We don't have that name on file. On the other hand, she could be one of our over-the-counter customers. Big part of our business.
Verkaufen Sie Maxamin?
Maxamine. I'm not familiar with that, but I'll take a look. Well, I guess we do carry it. Or anyway, we did. Had one order placed for that product not long ago, but it was filled, picked up.
Aha. Wer hat das denn bestellt?
According to the database, Dr. Edward Wilkinson.
Wann haben Sie den denn zuletzt gesehen?
Not for a while, but he's probably at his downtown office. Anything else? I have to finish some work. I get off soon.
Ja.
Hope I was of some help.
Ja, schon. Hallo?
Dr. Wilkinson, I'm Warwick Brown from the Las Vegas Crime Lab. We've got a few questions for you.
Always glad to cooperate with the police, but you'll have to move it along. I have patients waiting.
Kannten Sie Sophia... Das Sophia Benedetti?
Das Stück.
I knew her, yes.
Mein Gott.
In that she was a patient.
Ja.
You do understand, of course, that medical information is privileged. Do you have a court-issued subpoena? Otherwise, I'm not free to discuss my patient's medical
Das
history.
kriegen wir hin. Haben Sie Maxamin bestellt?
Maximine? I'm a GP, not an oncologist. What use would I have for Maximine?
Tja, weiß nicht. Da werden
Besitzen
sie
Sie ein
bestellt.
Pickup übrigens.
My second car is a pickup. L160 model.
Ah.
About a month old.
Herr Doktor, hat noch jemand außer Ihnen Schlüssel zu dem Fahrzeug?
You know, I'm not sure how to answer
Yeah.
that. There are 2 spare sets, and my wife keeps one for emergencies. But the other one, about a week ago, I noticed it was missing from my keychain. Maybe it fell off. It must be in the house somewhere.
Aha. Naja, wo parken Sie den Wagen denn?
In my garage at home, of course.
Natürlich.
Like I said, it's a second car. I did take some firewood out to my ranch recently. It's the first time I actually hauled anything in it.
Wo waren Sie, als das Verbrechen stattfand?
My wife and I were together, grocery shopping.
Mit dem Erstwagen?
It's a little ritual. Every week, something we do as a couple.
I suppose she can back that up?
Ask her. She should be at home right now. Be my guest.
Okay. Dann werden wir das tun.
Yes, may I help you?
Warwick Brown, Mrs. Wilkinson, Las Vegas Crime Lab. Your husband suggested we speak to you.
What would you like to know?
Tja, vieles. Ist der Pickup Ihres Mannes zu Hause?
It's in the garage. Go ahead and look. You don't need a warrant. No one here's done anything.
Typischer Fehler.
Ja. Spricht der Mann mit Ihnen über seine Patienten?
If you mean, has Edward ever violated doctor-patient confidentiality? Absolutely not. We're close, Edward and I, but his professional ethics, well, they're impeccable.
Hat der Doktor jemals den Namen Sophia Benedetti erwähnt?
I have nothing to say where that little tramp is concerned.
That little tramp, Mrs. Wilkinson, has been murdered. That's why we're here.
I don't wish that on anyone, murder. But some people bring bad things on themselves. Look, you're gonna find out anyway, so I'll tell you. She tried to come between Edward and me. She was a spoiled brat who thought she could have any man she wanted.
Das Motiv. Das war jetzt deutlich. War Ihr Mann zur fraglichen Zeit bei Ihnen?
Oh, yes. And there were plenty of witnesses at the grocery store where we were shopping. Is my husband in some sort of trouble?
Do you have reason to think he might be?
Of course not. Edward is as wonderful a husband as he is a physician. And you must know what an outstanding reputation he has in this community.
Ja, wir gucken uns jetzt mal den Wagen an.
As advertised, it's an L160 4.6-liter V8 engine, standard transmission. Nice wheels for a second car, huh?
Ja, ich wollte gerade sagen,
Only a
Satz
couple hundred clicks on the odometer.
Zweitwagen ist ja schon irgendwie...
Ja, besser als mein Hab.
Nein! Ich hab was...
Tires,
ich wollte die...
all seasons.
Ich wollte die... die wollte ich... macht man das? Ja. Wo der war. Und dann macht man das jetzt hier so.
We can't use that here.
Mache ich jetzt hier die Abdrücke?
We can't use that here.
Wie mache ich denn das? Findet man die auf dem Boden? Das sind nach wie vor die Räder. Und, aha, oh.
Receipt for firewood. Remember the good old days when you chopped your own? No date on it, but the order was phoned in. If need be, we can ask Brass to pull phone records for us and find exactly when the good doc called in the order.
Schnapp.
Da ist ein Stückchen Holz da. Unten links. Das ist oben rechts. Da.
Aha.
Wood chips. Well, that backs up Wilkinson saying he hauled firewood in the truck.
Schnapp.
Ich finde diese Flecken interessant, ne?
Das hier, ja.
Ja, ne?
Das ist bestimmt so Harz oder so. Baumharz.
Thick and sticky. Greg could tell us what it is.
Genau. So was hatten wir schon.
Ich bin auch deiner Meinung, dass wir irgendwie die noch Abdrücke von den Reifen mitnehmen sollten.
Aber wie denn?
We can't use that here. We can't use that here. We can't use that
Oder
here.
hast du dich schon mit dem Kleberding? Oder hast du dich schon genommen mit dem Kleberding? Das.
Ach so, ja doch,
Okay.
habe ich tatsächlich.
Ich dachte, da würden wir kriegen nur so quasi, wo das Auto war, aber nicht die Form.
So, gut, okay. Also, wir haben vieles.
Yes?
Also, das hier.
This is your everyday, run-of-the-mill red oak sap. Now, the sap you brought from the truck matches the sap on the Vic's clothes. Very likely she was in the back of the pickup.
Aha. So, dann gehen wir hier. Vergleichen die Reifenspuren. Kein Ergebnis, okay. Vielleicht hiermit. Das sieht eigentlich ganz gut aus.
Musste eigentlich, ne?
Ja.
It's a perfect match to the tracks from the garden.
Aha.
The doc, or the doc's truck, that is, has spent some time here recently. They follow Sophia in the gardens and wait. Before they know it, their prey passes out. They toss her in the back of the truck and drive her lifeless body to the casino loading bay. There, they slide her body off the bed and into a barrel.
Das macht man aber nicht.
Of course, this whole theory fizzles if Wilkinson picked up the firewood after Sophia's murder. We should prove that wasn't the
Ach
case.
so, ja. Ja, mit dem Beleg.
Sorry, can't do anything with that.
Aber wir haben hier noch die Holzspäne.
Little bits of oak, dried apparently. Firewood.
Okay, dann gehen wir.
Getting a lot of pressure from the mayor's office on this one, as you might well expect. So, we put some extra resources on it. A worker at the Desert Gardens claims to have found something important. And Grissom is checking that out. He'll brief us when he gets back. Meantime, keep at it.
Grissom hilft
Ja,
uns jetzt.
wann hat er das Feuerholz bestellt?
Let me pull his cell phone records and see. He called for that order 3 days ago. But wait, just 1 minute. He was placing several calls a day to that pharmacy for a while there. That pharmacist and Wilkinson may not be telling all just yet.
Müssen wir da wohl nochmal nachfragen. Okay. Ja.
I think we can get much more than an interrogation, but that's a good place to start. Solid work, guys. Ms. Callisto, we would like to ask you a few more questions.
Yeah. We'd like you to fill in a few of the blanks you left last time we talked.
Yeah. Haben Sie eine Affäre mit dem Doktor?
No, but I was before last week when he got paranoid about his wife finding out.
Also,
Typical of the breed, you know. Promised me the moon, then weasels back to wifey. Now I don't exist to him. Who cares?
Last week, you said? That's about the time the doc's spare truck key did a David Copperfield and vanished.
I'm sure that would be fascinating to someone who gave a damn.
Können Sie noch was zur Moxamin-Bestellung sagen?
He scribbled, I read his lousy writing, filled his prescription, he picked it up.
Aha. Wann
Wann
haben
haben
Sie den Pickup zuletzt gesehen?
I saw it parked outside the hospital last week.
Nothing unusual about it?
It's a pickup truck. It wasn't the Rose Bowl float. Well, there was some scuffing in the back, dented even. Maybe he'd been hauling firewood or something.
Interesting you should bring that up.
And I'm sure you'll tell me why.
Dr. Wilkinson ordered that load of firewood 2 days ago.
This is so fascinating. I'm starting to wish I took notes.
You see, Lita, only somebody who'd seen that truck very recently would know about those scuffs and dents. Maybe somebody who used the truck to haul something heavy. A body in a barrel, say?
You're crazy. Do I look like a killer to you?
You're starting to.
Ja. Geben Sie uns eine Speichelprobe.
Sure. Knock yourself out.
Ja, dann.
sie ist daran gewohnt.
Ne?
Aber kein.
Was? Wie?
Geh nur mal zum Park.
Zum Park? Der?
Ja.
Und dann?
Lass mal nur mal da suchen, ob wir mehr als nur die Reifen finden und das Auto da zu positionieren, weißt du?
Was schlägst du vor?
We can't use that here.
Meinst du die Stelle hier, oder?
Nee, generell. Weißt du, weil wir haben passende Reifen, aber alle Autos, alle solche Pickups haben da dieselben Reifen, weißt du? Ob wir da ein Stück von demselben Holz finden,
There's nothing special there. There's nothing special there. There's nothing special there.
Dann vielleicht doch nicht. Guck mal, da, hier so. War der Müll und die Tür war zu. Ne? Das Auto kam so hin.
Ja.
Dann kam der von der Tür, vielleicht der Tür. Ne, da kam der von da.
Ist gar nichts.
Hier. Na gut, dann halt nicht. Dann vielleicht ist er nicht wichtig. Weißt du, aber ich fand's komisch, dass die quasi das Auto da positionieren, nur mit Reifen, die hunderte von Autos gleiche Reifen haben. Aber gut, das wird wohl so sein.
Nee, also hier finde ich nichts. Okay, dann gehen wir
Weitere Leute befragen.
Ja.
Yes?
So, hier, Dr. Wilkinson.
No problem. He was playing doctor with Sophia. His truck was at the gardens. Let's do it. Dr. Wilkinson, we're looking at the evidence and seeing a big arrow pointing in your direction.
Make it easier on everyone, and yourself included, and just level with us. What do you say, Doc?
Hatten Sie eine Affäre mit Sophia?
Look, she was a beautiful young woman and she flattered me. Ever hear of a midlife crisis? She was mine. My wife found out, and I realized how foolish I'd been and broke it off with the girl. I didn't tell you because of how it looked.
And how does it look now?
I know I didn't kill the girl. She just didn't mean that much to me, frankly.
The evidence tells a different story, Doctor.
Ah, hier, Harzspuren auf dem Fahrzeug.
What? Are you saying... Was Sophia's body in my truck? That's not possible. What kind of a frame-up is this anyway? It's outrageous.
Was sagen Sie zu Ihrer Beziehung zu der Apothekerin?
You know about that, do you? Okay, so I have a roving eye, and maybe the rest roves along too sometimes.
Ist sehr beschäftigt,
That doesn't mean
dieser
I killed
Arzt.
anybody. But look, keep this from my wife, would you?
Naja,
Schauen wir mal.
geben Sie uns eine Speichelprobe.
Of course. Haven't I been straight with you here? I'm trying to cooperate. Ask anybody. I take my civic responsibilities very seriously.
Gut, dann haben wir noch eine dritte Person zu befragen.
Seine Frau, ne?
Genau.
Yes? Well, she had access to this
Yep.
truck. She didn't love the victim and didn't seem terribly surprised about the murder. A judge will okay bringing her in. Mrs. Wilkinson, you were not the biggest fan of our murder victim.
And the details of the crime indicate you may have been involved in the murder.
What an outrageous, ludicrous spectacle you people are making of yourselves.
Wann sind Sie zuletzt mit dem Pickup gefahren?
Oh, let me see. I believe it was... Oh, yes, that's right. Never.
You've never driven it. Your husband says you have a spare set of keys.
I do. But I couldn't drive it if my life depended on it. It's a stick shift, and I'm strictly an automatic female.
Okay. Haben Sie jemals den Namen Leda Callisto gehört?
No, can't say I have. And she wouldn't be another one of Edward's little chippies, would she? If so, she's free to get herself murdered, too. far as I'm concerned.
Oh yeah. Okay. Speichelprobe.
Why, certainly. Anything I can do to help the forces of justice in their efforts to disrupt our lives, trample our good reputation, and violate our privacy.
Schön passiv-aggressiv.
Ist mir egal. Mund auf.
Mund auf. Los. Okay. Auf zu Greg. Hallo.
Yes?
So, wir haben hier Verschiedenes.
Not a match. Hair from the tissue is not Mrs. Wilkinson's.
Okay. Das hier vielleicht?
The doctor is out. Hair from the tissue package doesn't match the guy.
Dann aber vielleicht die Apothekerin, ha?
And we have a winner! Lita's DNA matches the hair found in the tissue.
Ah, ja. Interessant, interessant. Dann lass uns doch mal noch mal mit der Dame sprechen.
Yes? I think we can get much more than an interrogation, but that's a good place to start. Solid work, guys.
Which you seem to find meaningful. I don't.
It's meaningful, all right. Meaning you had access to the truck and to the tissue that killed Sophia Benedetti, and you even had a motive.
If I had a grudge, and I don't, it wouldn't be with that little slut.
That's right. Your grudge was with the doctor, not his rich girl patient.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but it went something like this.
Deswegen hat sie ja den Anruf platziert,
That was an
damit man den
opportunity
Arzt
you were prepared for.
sucht.
You already forged a Maximine order in Wilkinson's name and sprinkled some of the stuff on a tissue packet, unaware a tiny hair of yours had drifted down onto one of them.
The day Sophia went to the gardens, you gave her the package of tissues. She thinks you're being nice, but really, you've just signed her death sentence.
You leave the pharmacy and go out to Wilkinson's and borrow the truck. You know he and his missus are on their weekly grocery trip.
Just a matter of time, right? Before Sophia's allergies kicked in, and she'd wipe or blow her nose with one of those deadly tissues.
You were right there and waiting, ready when she collapsed. And you drove over and slid her up on the truck bed and into the barrel.
The drop-off at the casino didn't take long, and no one noticed as vehicles were coming and going.
The truck was back in the garage before the Wilkinsons could even know it was missing.
You're a smug pair, aren't you?
You killed a young woman just to get back at your ex-lover.
Der noch verheiratet.
What's more smug than that?
Stop. I'll bust out crying.
Can I get you a tissue?
Good job. Another sicko off the streets. Strange, though. I don't get why she tipped us about that body to begin with. It almost feels like she was playing with us somehow. Anyway. Well, Rookie, Grissom's still out in the field, so I'll do your review on this case. Hey, good job. Couple of things you skipped over, but otherwise decent.
Ja gut, okay.
Nice.
Naja, 93 ist immer noch über 90.
Was werden wir demnächst dann machen müssen?
Was ist denn Ledas Tragödie? Ist das wieder die Apothekerin?
Ja, das sehen wir auf der nächsten Folge.
In der nächsten Folge.